call this proposal TFX Rejuvenation, because we kind of feel that TFX has gone dead. So we need to inject life into it. That's why we call it Rejuvenation. And this is, okay, one more thing. Earlier, there was another set of slides which were going around, but this better looking slides has been made by my friend Alex Lamb. So I'm thankful to him. I'm not very good at making things look good, but I think Alex has done a splendid job in making it look good too. So yeah, just a second. There are people coming in. I'm admitting them also. Okay, so this is a proportional coin settlement, unlike the current one, which is a random coin settlement. And this will be proportional to the profits in the closing batches. The closing batches have two components, profit as well as the commissions. Presently, we have made it proportional only to the profits. But doesn't mean that commissions are nothing, because when you get commission, you can attach to your account or somebody below you, and it will generate profit, which will be entitled for the coin settlement the next cycle. The reason why we chose to give an offer based on profit is because majority investors, the smaller investors, they have only profits. They don't have commissions. And even if new investors come in, they have profits. So we want to make it more attractive for majority people. So that's why we made it proportional to profit in closing batches. Now go to the next slide. The big idea here is that we want all the investors to get exactly the same percentage of profits in USDT. And again, percentage of profits, because the Triumph platform was all about investing into fund managers, and we are taking a risk when we attach into the contract for differences trading, and high risk, high reward. We used to get the profits, and that's what we are banking on. But now, today, people can just take the coin, trade or whatever. They don't even need to attach it to CFD. So now when you are rewarding the people who are getting profits, means we are really rewarding the investors. So that's why the coin settlement will work only on the profits. If you have money just which you're trading on the market, that won't work. It'll work only for the profits, and that to the profits maximum up to the last 5 weeks. So, and why do we say the same percentage? Because today in the randomized coin settlement, if you are getting 100 and I get 0, you are getting infinite times more than me, because 100 by 0 is infinity, which is unfair. We are both investors, we should get the same percentage. So this is based on that. If suppose Vijay here get for his 10,000 coin profit, if he got 1,000, that is he got 10%. So for my 1,000 coin profit, I will also get 10%, that is 100. So everybody gets the same percentage. That's what the big idea is. And firstly, we pay the fund managers in full. It's like when you have a home loan, when you get the salary, first you pay the home loan, because you don't want the roof to vanish from your head. So firstly, you pay the home loan. You want that security. Same way, we firstly pay the fund manager. After paying the fund manager, whatever is remaining from the coin settlement money gets distributed amongst all the investors. Just repeating one line, in the present proposal, the commissions will not be entitled for the coin settlement. That's what we proposed. Now, although if somebody insists, if TFX insists, they will accept only if commissions are also included, it's very easy. The formula just changed a little bit. Like in the month of March, everybody could have got 49% of their profit in coin settlement. But if I include the commissions, it would have come down to 33%. So it's still not bad. Okay, going to the next slide. Okay, let's say what this whole proposal is about. It's about a coin settlement. And this is something equivalent to a long time back when the TEX was introduced, we had a pop-up. So pop-up was modified to coin settlement. And now we are saying just coin settlement, hey, make it proportional. So we are not putting anything new into the system. There was last year when the exchange was introduced, we all talked to our downlines, or we even convinced ourselves saying that the coin will sell at $1 because TFX is buying 10 million coins every day at $1. So that $1, the 10 million buyback was an important component to hold it at $1. But it has failed. It has failed bitterly. Why? Because the coin settlement or the pop-up could not stop this continuous fall of the TFX. In fact, many people feel it's because of the coin settlement or the pop-up that it's falling. So pop-up, rather than popping the propping up the price of TFX is actually the cause for the TFX to fall down. Why? Because each time you attempt, you don't get anything, you get disappointed, and the disappointed people sell. So this is one of the causes for it to fall down. Whereas, just think back, go back 6 months ago, we thought that buyback is what is going to hold the prices one. So we all believed it could hold the prices one. But what went wrong? I think what went wrong is we are not getting the money. If we don't get the money, we don't believe it. So that's what this is about. We want everybody to get the money. And when we make it proportional, everybody gets the money. And so this is a viable alternative. And this alternative can go along with all of the initiatives. Like presently, we are bringing in staking, the customized crypto tokens. We believe all share a symbiotic relationship, both help each other or both need each other. So we are not saying that this has to go alone by itself. This can go along with others. Just a moment. Give me just a moment. Yeah, so this can hold a symbiotic relationship with all of the initiatives. Let me take an example like the staking and the customized crypto token. Suppose the PCS comes, each one of us gets approximately more than 40% of our profits in dollars. Once we get the dollars, we can think of investing into mining algorithm because we get the dollars to TFXI. If we don't have dollars, we have put a lot of money into TFXI and nothing is coming out. So if PCS comes, CCT may go along with it. We may invest in the customized crypto token. And to invest there, we will have to also take TFX and stake. So we are removing TFX from the circulation. But for us to do that, the enabler is PCS. But once we do that, CCT also helps the PCS because as more coins goes away from the TFX system to CCT, so the increase in coins in the TFX system reduces, and hence the PCS can hold for a longer time. So they both help each other. But let me say that we are not saying PCS is a panacea, that it will solve all the problems. That's not what we are saying. But we do believe that it promises to be many times better than the existing coin settlement. However, personally, I believe it can be a panacea. It can solve all the problems. That's my personal belief. Although that's not what I don't want to push it across. I don't want to say that this can solve all the problems, because even if it solves many problems, let's still bring it in place. Let's not say that it doesn't. Out of 100 problems, it's also only 99. So let's not bring it. Let's not say that. So in this way, I think the current coin settlement needs to be replaced. You have to put this in because last month 247 million was given and we got nothing. Might as well stop giving the 247 million like that. Accumulate it and at the end of the year, give us at least 1 month's profit in full, rather than just throwing away God knows where it's going today. So we said that the PCS can solve lots of problems. So let's see what are the objectives of the proportional coin settlement. Point number 1, we believe the proportional coin settlement can tomorrow, you implement it today, tomorrow it can put a floor price of more than 0.4 USDT immediately. That's something special about proportional coin settlement. Any other initiative cannot do it tomorrow. This can do kind of tomorrow. So this can be instantaneous. So that's why we believe I'll explain how this can do it. Point number 2, I think this everybody understands that the proportional coin settlement can put cash into every investor's pocket. But many people think that is the only objective of coin settlement, that you get cash. No, actually it does a lot more, which we'll be explaining. It can increase the demand of TFX coin, which I will explain in the later slide. It can decrease the supply of TFX coin. You increase demand, decrease supply, of course, price goes up. And you do all these things. You put a floor price immediately of more than 0.4, you provide cash, increase demand, decrease supply, investors' confidence comes back. In a few months, I'm not saying by tomorrow, in a few months, if this happens consistently for say 4 months, investor confidence will be back. And once investor confidence is back, more investors come in because of the increase in demand, the TFX price can go more than 1. Once it goes more than 1, it will reduce the minting of coin. So the bane, what we're saying, a lot of coins are minting, that will reduce. And one speciality of the proportional coin settlement is it can hold the TFX price even during huge dump. Let me repeat what I'm saying. Even if tomorrow, once the coin settlement is started, suppose somebody comes and dumps 1 billion coins into the market, still TFX can deliver more than 0.4 to each one of us for our profits. Whatever profit we are getting, it will get more than 0.4 immediately. So even if people are dumping, so unlike if you go into a buyback proposal, if 10 million goes and buy in the market and tomorrow 100 million coins are being sold, the price will be less than 10 cents. If 200 million are sold, price will be less than 5 cents. So if you just do buybacks, it can't hold the price. Whereas proportional coin settlement can hold the price even when lots of people are dumping, which I'll explain in the further slides. So these are the general objectives, which will be explained in detail later. And objective 8 is I agree, because there is a lot of FUD. FUD is, I learned the terms in TFXI, that fear, uncertainty, I forgot. But the fear and uncertainty is being spread a lot, that PCS cannot, it will keep reducing. I agree, PCS will keep reducing. But I compare it with, suppose one of your relative has got a premature born child. So a premature born child, you have to select an incubator. Are you going to say that the incubator needs to be 6 feet tall because your child is going to grow 6 feet tall? No, incubator is required for a premature child for 4 months or sometimes 2 months. In 2 months, the child can self-sustain and he doesn't need an incubator. So you don't need to say that the incubator is not 6 feet long, so it can't sustain the child. Same way, proportional coin settlement for us, if it is doing all these things for about 5 to 6 months, I believe TFX can stand on its own. And I will show you how it can stand on its own in the further slides. So PCS doesn't need to last forever. It just needs to last long enough for TFX price to recover. And that it can, which we will show from the numbers, provided you come in early. If you implement the PCS 2 years down the line, yes, it may not be able to. So this will explain. And so it can last long enough to take the TFX more than one. But let me say 3 years down the line, there is another war going on and the market sentiments go down and the TFX price crashes. But suppose even for 6 months, PCS was not required. I believe the finance guys in TFXI are pretty intelligent. They will most probably daily, they'll take out the 10 million and park in some other bank where they don't have daily withdrawal limitation. So for 6 months, if they are taking out 10 million per day, it would be something like more than 1 billion parked there. So after 6 months, if TFX price goes down, PCS can come back much stronger than today because it has got 1 billion ready to buy back. So PCS doesn't need to last forever. It can last long enough to increase the price, and then it can come in intermittent short spell very strongly to boost back the confidence and take the TFX more than one. So that's what this presentation is about, which I'll describe. Firstly, I think let's talk how we all could have got 49% last month. Say 48.78, I'll be calling 49. So because to me, it looks, the number was like unbelievable. When I saw that I could have got 49%, I think I would have been loving TFXI. I would have no complaint. Of course, I would complain, support ticket is not fast, etc. That I will keep complaining. But in my heart, I'll be very happy. So, but that's what it is. Let me explain how each one of us could have got 49% after paying the fund manager. We will pay the fund manager. We don't want to not pay him. Firstly, we will pay full. Still, we would have got 49% of our profits. And how's that? In this thing, one assumption is that the normal profits are shared. The gross profit is shared, 60% profit, 10% to fund manager, and 30% is commission. So I know some fund managers, this is only 5%. But for the time being, we are being more conservative. I'm taking every fund manager, we have to pay 10%. So that is an assumption here. Rest are not assumption. That is the only assumption. From Etherscan, we found out that the sum of all the gross profits in the month of March was 629 million. I think each one of us can check it. Etherscan is available. All of us can check. And the total coin settlement was in the month of March was 247 million. Again, found out from Etherscan, which each one of us can verify. So this was the profit and this much was the coin settlement. So from the coin settlement, let us first pay the fund manager. And how much is the fund manager share? 10% of the gross profits. That is 629 multiplied by 10% is 62.9. So firstly, from 247, we pay the 62.9. What is remaining is 247 minus 62.9 is about 180 million. About 180 million remains, and that is to be shared amongst the profit which is given to investor, which is 60% of the gross. That is 629 multiplied by 60% is 377. So about 188 million was shared amongst 377. That is 48.78%. So each one of us would have got 48.78%. Okay, but I'm not saying that it will come in one stroke. How it happens is, this suppose you have got 1,000 ringgit, 1,000 coin profit. So 48% of it, which is 1,048 is $480. So 480 coins will get paid back in dollars over 20 days. So 480 divided by 20 is 48 by 20, 24. So every day you will get, as long as you park your profit, suppose like I said, your profit is 1,000 coin, you park into the coin settlement wallet. Every day from 1,000 coin, 28 coins will go and it'll get converted to, sorry, 24 coins will go and you will get $24. So $24 for 20 days is 480. So that is how you would have got the 48%. Even the fund managers will get their 62.9 on a daily basis because Triumph has a cash flow issue. So to pay 62.9 in 20 days, it will be approximately 3 million per day. So out of 10 million, 3 million per day gets allocated to fund manager, remaining comes to us, and still each one of us gets 48.78% of our profits. And just for us to see why we need to bring it in fast, in the month of January, if the proportional coin settlement were implemented, we would have got 54% in the month of Jan. Imagine December TX is launched, and in January, if you're getting 54% of your profit, ask yourself, would you sell your coin at 50 cent or 40 cent or 5 cent? I wouldn't, because if I get 54% of a profit, that's good enough. I will just attach the rest. I won't sell anything. So the coin price wouldn't have been the 5 cent, which is now. So that is how this proportional coin settlement can change the day. You implement it, tomorrow you are getting 48% of your profit. Why will you sell your profit as 5 cent? No, you will not. At least I will not. So that is why I say immediately the price goes up. So when 48.78% profit you get, how does it translate to the coin value? Let's go to the next slide. Assume you got 1,000 coin as profit. So out of this profit, 487 coins will go into a buyback and you will get $487, you will get it. So when you get $487, there is also 512 coin remaining because only 487 coins was taken back. Remaining, you got it. Just a second. People are still joining. I'm admitting them. Oops, a lot of people are joining. Yep. So 487 went into a buyback. Remaining 512 coin. So 512 coin, you have two options. You can sell on exchange or attach. Personally, I will attach, but if somebody sells it, he will get $487 he has already got. And the remaining 512, suppose he's selling at 5 cents, he will still get $25. So how much did he totally get? He got 487 plus the 25. 487 plus 25 is 513. So for your 1,000 coin profit, you have already got $513. That is equivalent to 0.513 USDT for every coin that you have. And this can happen tomorrow. They just need to put the coin settlement in place. So this is what I'm saying, that the coin settlement can immediately put a floor price. So this starts tomorrow. You're getting an equivalent of 0.513 if you sell the remaining coins. If you attach the remaining coin, all the coin, you have really got $1. Into the next slide. So here is where the 0.513 becomes a natural peg. Why? Because why will you sell it less than 0.513? Because you are already realizing it. Mainly 487 you got from USDT, from the buyback. So this becomes a natural peg. Even if people keep dumping in the market, this can go down, but this doesn't go down. So you will get minimum a 0.48 value you are getting for your profits. So one point I wanted to add here in this presentation, because for the MIBs or TFXI, we are not saying that we want 48% profits. At least that's not what I am saying in coin. I mean, 48% profits in dollars is not what I am saying. What I am saying personally is we should all get the same share, whatever be that, because today 48% is after allocating 10% for the fund manager. But I don't know whether there is some other requirement that TFXI needs to pay. I don't know. But even if they have to pay another 10% fine, we'll get 40. If they have to pay another percent, we'll still get 20%. I don't mind, but give us something immediately to start with. Whether it is 48, 40 or 20 or lower, give it immediately. But yes, I do admit that back in India, we have got a saying, if you give a finger, we try to hold the hand. Yeah, of course, you give me 20%, then I will try to get the 48. That's different. But at least start with 20%. So all further illustrations I have done at 40%, not at 48, because I'm assuming that as the profits increase, the coin settlement will reduce. But it can hold a 40% average over the period of more than 6 months. So that's why we are saying 40% average for the further slides. And if the profits goes up by 78%, here the earlier slide I showed that March profit was 629 million. Assume it goes to 1.1 billion from 629, and the coin settlement value does not change. In that case, the proportional coin settlement value can reduce to 20%. So I have put a critical slide even at 20% to show that even at 20%, proportional coin settlement is a very good proposal. Okay. So in a proportional coin settlement, there are two ways for you to receive profits. Suppose I got 1000 TFX coin. Okay, no, wait a minute. So, okay, this guy has US dollar, he buys coins, he attaches. When he gets his profits, for the profits, he can choose to put it into the coin settlement wallet, and whatever he's eligible for, he'll get 1:1. Remaining, if he wants, he can just attach. If he's attaching all the remaining, in that case, for every coin that he's selling, he's already getting $1. He has no problem. He's not taking any loss. But if he sells the remaining coin, then he will get the market price. And he has got now a different option. He can stake it for the new crypto coins. If he stakes also, means he has got no loss. Every coin he has got 1:1. Remaining is staking, for which he will get 1% per month. The staking TFXI will give. Okay. So now we call this. So now how does the proportional coin settlement increase demand? Let us say that what is the current problem of the TFX price crash? We believe that is, at least personally, I believe that's because of lack of demand. Why is there a lack of demand? I cannot talk to any investor to put in money. If no investor can put in money, how will the demand come? And why is that so? Let us assume that 2 months ago, I talked to Vijay and I told him that Vijay, the $1 coin is being sold at 0.3. You come in, it's very interesting. You come in, you get 3,300 coin. You invest in some fund giving 7%, you will get 231 coin profit. You sell at 0.3, you are still getting 7%. I gave him this lecture, but next month I am hiding from Vijay. I'm not picking his phone call. Why? Because I promised Vijay 7% profit, but the coin value came down to 0.1. So instead of getting 7%, now he's getting 2%. This month, the coin value came down to 5 cents. Instead of 7%, he's getting barely 1%. So that's why after maybe selling to Vijay, now I'm not selling to anyone because I'm scared. The coin is going on crashing. So that's why we cannot build any new demand. Even I am not buying. Why? Because why should I buy at 5 cents? Because I believe tomorrow it will be 4 cents, or maybe next week it will be 4 cents. So why should I buy at 5 cents? Nobody finds it logical to buy today unless they are gambling. So, but let us say I put in the proportional coin settlement. Once we put in, I can get new demand. Why can I get new demand? Let me explain to you. say that now I'm talking to Ravi and I'm saying, Ravi, you come in with $1,000 and buy the coin at 5 cents. Now, if Ravi buys the coin at 5 cents, he will get 19,800 coins. And the 19,800 coin, Ravi goes and attaches to, say, Nikolai. Nikolai also gave very high profit this cycle. Let me say some fund which gave 7% net. So he attaches in some fund which gives him 7% net. That is 1,386 coin Ravi got. Now, out of this, 40% goes into a buyback. 40% buyback of 1,386 is 554. Let us stop here for a while. So Ravi came in with $1,000. He attaches into Nikolai, and in one cycle, he got by buyback $554, which is equivalent to 55%. So in one cycle, just by coin settlement, Ravi has got 55% returns. So that is, if he holds for 2 cycles, he will get his full $1,000 back. So the payback of your capital comes back in 2 cycles. Let me repeat, just because if you suppose somebody missed it, you come in with $1,000, you will get at 5 cents, you will get 19,800 coin, 7% profit you get in one cycle, that is 1,386. Out of this, 40% goes into a buyback and you get $550 in one cycle. In 2 cycles, you will get the next cycle also, you will get approximately 500. So one cycle 55%, by 2 cycles, you got your capital back. Now tell me, why will you not buy? Suppose you got from coin settlement, if you got say $1,000 in coin settlement, if I get $1,000 in coin settlement, I will buy. Why? Because I will get 55% returns. But now there is another problem. When it is so lucrative to buy, this person who's got 40% profit, he got $554. Remaining 60%, he can sell at 5 cents and he will get $41. So add both, he will get 596, that is 60%. But there's a chance. If you ask me, I will not sell anything. For my 1,400 coin, if I already got 40% in 1:1, remaining I will not sell at 5 cents. If I don't sell anything at 5 cents, what happens in the market? Now there is people who want to buy at 5 cents, but there is nobody who is selling at 5 cents. Then the price starts moving up, because personally, I will not sell at 5 cents if I already got. Now each person has to ask himself, will you sell at 5 cents if you have already got 40% encashed? I will not sell. But each one of us will probably buy. So if we want to buy and nobody is selling, price goes up. At 0.1, this I'll go fast. At 0.1, just by coin settlement in one cycle, you can get 28%. Nikolai will give you 7%, but if you come in at 1.1, you will get 28% net profit in USDT. And if you sell the remaining, you will get 32%. So technically, you can get back your capital in 3 to 4 cycles. So I will surely buy even at 0.1. So I want to buy, but this guy doesn't want to sell. Price will go up. That is how a demand is created. Because with coin settlement, say at 5 cents, you get your capital back in 2 cycles. That too from Nikolai. Nikolai we trust, nothing is going to go wrong. At 0.1, you get your capital back in 3 to 4 cycles. So why will you not invest? That is why the increase in demand. And why do we call it 2 tickles from a tickle? Sorry, 2 giggles from a tickle. 1 giggle is demand, increase in demand. The next giggle we are coming to. So just 1 tickle, there's a PCS. It gave you 2 giggles. The next giggle is decrease in supply. So firstly, I explained that we created demand. Now, why will the supply decrease? Let us say that I have Lucy here, and I have people like that who every month they need $1,000 to sustain. They have their bills to pay. So for $1,000 to sustain, they are selling at the price of 0.3. She was selling 3,300 coin to get her $1,000. At the price of 0.2, she was selling 5,000 coin. At the why 5,000 coin will also get her just $1,000. And she needs the $1,000, which is 4,500 ringgit. She needs that to sustain her expenses. And when the price went to 0.05, she's selling 20,000 coin. Now, This is all before the PCS. Now let us see after the PCS what happens. After the PCS, the same Lucy who is selling 20,000 coin doesn't need to sell 20,000. She sells only 1,398 coin. Let me explain why. So once the coin settlement is in place, she doesn't require 20,000 coin. She takes 2,300 coin, 40% goes into a 1:1 buyback, 40% is 931. 931, she gets $1:1. She gets $931. Remaining out of 237 minus 931 is 1,398. So about 1,400, she sells at 5 cents, she gets $69. So 931 plus 69 is $1,000. So how much did she sell in the exchange? She sold only 1,398 on the exchange. Before the coin settlement, she was selling 20,000. For 20,000, she was getting $1,000. Now for 1,400, she's getting the $1,000. This is how the supply reduces, because people have their monthly expenses. They will sell to meet their monthly expenses. But after coin settlement, you sell less. But also think one more, ask yourself this question, because each person has to answer for himself. Let me answer for myself. If I need $1,000 and with 931 coin, if I already got $931, I am not going to sell 1,400 coin for 5 cents just to get $69. What I will do, I will tighten my belt and I will make do with $931. I will not sell anything at 5 cents. So even if somebody sells for his $1,000, instead of 20,000 becomes 1,400. But there will be people like me who will not sell anything. That is why the supply reduces. So even if the price goes to 0.1, supply still reduces. At 0.1, last month I was selling 10,000 coin. This month I will sell only 1,300 coin. I will still get my $1,000. That's why we say that coin settlement can reduce supply. And how much does it reduce the supply? Say for $1,000, for say at 0.5, you were selling 20,000. Now you sell 1,400, which is a 93% drop in the exchange, the coins being sold on the exchange. Even if the price goes to 0.1, the coin sale in exchange will drop by 87%. Price goes to 0.5, coin sale will drop by 57%. So the coin settlement can reduce the supply in the exchange. So repeating the 2 giggles from a tickle, 1 giggle is we increase demand. 2nd giggle is we reduce the supply. Now I will summarize a little. Okay, now let us also decipher what is happening on the exchange. Let me just put a hypothesis. Let me say that on the sometimes people are saying somebody is selling, pushing down the price. My hypothesis is different. I am telling that like earlier I told you that there is, say, this Lucy who is selling every month increased amount just to get $1,000. Imagine there are 2,000 Lucys in the market. If there are 2,000 Lucys in the market, when they want $1,000, so 2,000 Lucy means $2 million they want from the market. So for $2 million, they will be selling 20 million coins. That's what I'm showing here. And if you remember the market size, at the value, when the market first time the price went to 0.1, that's when for the first time we saw 24 million coins being sold in the market. When the price first time went to around 6 cents, that's when we saw 45 million coins being sold on the market. So my hypothesis is all these 44 million, 22 million, 11 million is not somebody selling to push down the price. According to me, I have got 2,000 Lucys in the market. They are all selling the coin just to get their $1,000 for their sustenance. And how can I explain that? 2,000 Lucys means $2 million they require. Now have a look at the price. When 44 million coins is sold on the market at 5 cents, only $2 million comes. And similarly, when 22 million coin is sold on the market for 0.1, only $2 million comes. And if you see on the exchange, these are the average, approximate averages when the price was 0.3, only approximately 7 million was being sold on one day. When the price was close to 0.4, 0.5, 4 or 5 million was being sold on one day. As the price goes down, the coin being sold is going up. So my hypothesis is that the coin sale is going high, not because somebody is pushing down the market. It is because we have got 2,000 Lucy's in the market every day. They are selling for their sustenance of $1,000. So, but the same thing after the coin settlement, instead of 44 million, it will come down to 3 million. Instead of 4 million, it will come down to 2 million. That is what the coin settlement can do. The number of coins being sold in the market can reduce drastically. If we feel that the price is crashing because there is too much supply on the market, hey, coin settlement has already solved it because supply in the market reduces. And one more reason, you don't want to sell in the market. Why? Because you have already got 1:1 for more than 40% of your profit. So why would you want to sell at such low? So yeah, this is same. At 5 cents, the coin settlement can reduce the before PCS. After PCS, it can come down by 93%. Now I'm summarizing all into one and trying to make it simple. Suppose I got a friend Raj. I talked to him that TFXI is a good investment. I try to sell to him. He tells me, no, I heard the exchange is horrible. The price is crashing. So I tell Raj, till in 2021, there was no exchange and Triumph was thriving. I say for Raj, I will remove the exchange from your equation. You don't need to go to exchange at all. Then it'll be good old days of 2021 and early 2022s, the good old days of 2021. Let's bring it back. How can I bring it back? On this slide, I'm taking away the exchange. This Raj doesn't have to go to exchange at all. But how do I propose that to him? I tell Raj, you give me $1,000. I go to the exchange. Let us say prices. I am even willing to pay 10 cents per coin. I pay 10 cents. I buy 9,900 coin. I send it to Raj. Raj attaches it. After this, he doesn't go to exchange at all. So Raj has got 9,900 coins. He attaches in a fund manager giving 7% net profit. So he gets 693 net profit. And here I'm saying coin settlement average of 40. When I'm saying average of 40, every month it's reducing. Every cycle is reducing, but the average is 40%. First cycle is 45, next cycle is 42, it's reducing. So first cycle, he gets 45% through coin settlement, that is $31. So again, Raj is happy. Why? Because he came in with $1,000 and in one cycle, he already got $31. So $312, which is 31%. In one cycle, he got 31%. So I tell Raj, the remaining coin, you just attach. Whatever coin settlement you sell, remaining you attach. Remaining attaches. So he reinvests in every cycle. He's compounding. He's not selling anything in the market. So next cycle, this goes up. He gets 7% profit, 42% buyback. He gets this much dollars. So after 4 cycle, he gets $312 first cycle, 300 second cycle, 287 third cycle, 265 fourth cycle. Add all put together, he has got $1,164 profit. Dollar, not coin. He got this much dollar profit only from coin settlement. Now tell me, why will Raj not invest? I will invest because in 4 cycles, you have got 120% of your return with a fund manager giving 7% profit. If Nicole does like this cycle, Nicole gave 12% gross or sorry, net or 11% net. This will be even higher. So, and I have taken exchange from the equation. Now nobody is selling on the exchange because he is just reinvesting. He's taking the profit, remaining is attaching back. So this brings back the old days. So that is what the coin settlement does. See, here he is not selling anything in the market and he's buying. He came in, he bought and he's not selling. So we increase demand, but we decrease supply because Raj doesn't sell anything in the market. And as far as Raj is concerned, every coin that he sells, he gets 1:1 because he's selling only through coin settlement. So he's getting $1 per coin. Can you dream getting that today? Maybe for $100 if you're lucky. But coin settlement, it happens. Just see what was your profit last cycle. And last cycles, actually, you could have got 48%. Multiply it with 48%. That much dollar is what you missed last month because coin settlement was not in place. That's why we want it fast. Okay. And again, trying to summarize on the similar grounds. Why the increase in demand? When the price is 5 cents, if you buy the coin after coin settlement should be in place. Once coin settlement is in place at 5 cents, you will recover your capital in 2 cycles. At 10 cents, if you come in with whatever money you buy and attach into a 7% fund manager, you will recover your capital in 4 cycles. At 20 cents, you will recover your capital in 8 cycles. At 30, if it's going up, I'm including the complete thing, you can recover your capital in 8 cycles. So this is how you can recover the capital even if you buy at these price, but thanks to coin settlement. So that's why coin settlement can really increase the demand, because people find logic in buying. So this incentivizes attachment over sale, because if you attach, you get more profit. If you sell, you are getting the bad number. So you attach. So once you are incentivizing attachment, it decreases the supply. And it also incentivizes purchase of TFX. People want to buy because the payback is very high if you purchase at low prices. So this incentivizes attachment, and this incentivizes purchase. Incentivize attach means decrease supply. Incentivize purchase means increase demand. That's what this does. It gives 2 flutters in the heart with just one look. Increase in demand and decrease in supply. And now, since we have got a lot of people creating FUD, that coin settlement will keep reducing, so don't do it. To me, I call it FUD. Fear and uncertainty, they're simply spreading. I don't see a logic in it. Why? Because coin settlement doesn't, think of it, it's like an incubator holding your premature baby. You don't need the incubator to be 6 feet tall, because your baby is going to come out in 4 months. So with that thing, let us put some numbers. In the month of Jan, the proportional coin settlement, if it were implemented, each one of us would have got 54% of a profit in dollars. Why? Simple, all actual numbers from the Ether scam. The coin settlement in the month of Jan was 222 million. The gross profit was 524 million. So from the coin settlement, firstly, I pay the fund manager's share. And whatever the normal calculations, it will come to 54 million. Sorry, 54%, which I could have got. March, it reduced to 48.77%. Why? Because the gross profit from 524 increased to 629. So gross profit is on the denominator. I will show you on the earlier slide. The proportional coin settlement value is calculated by, if you see the gross profit, 60% is on the denominator. Denominator goes up, numerator doesn't go up, the proportion reduces. So profit goes up is not good for the proportional coin settlement. So that's what is happening here. Okay, so the profit went up from 524 million to 629 million. But one more thing happened. Actually, TFX is not getting any laurels for their good work, but they are doing some good job. The coin settlement in January was 222 million. In March, it was 247 million. So the coin settlement also increased. It is no longer 10 million per day. It is higher than 10 million per day. So TFX is doing a good job, but they are not getting credit for it because we are not getting the money at all. So, but in February, it would have been 36%, but not because something went wrong. February, why it was 36 is in February, the number of working days were less, and coin settlement is approximately 10 million per day. So if working day is less, coin settlement will be less. But that is why let's not look at Feb. This was 31-day month. This was 31-day month. In these 2 months, it reduced from 54 to 48. Let us look what happened. So the increase in profit was 524 to 629. That is 11% increase in profit. And increase in the coin settlement per day in February and March over Jan was 9%. So if just this increase, this doesn't increase, the coin settlement value will drop faster. But luckily, the gap between the profit and the coin settlement increase is not big. Coin settlement is also going fast. So that's why the decrease in coins, decrease in the proportional coin settlement from Jan to March is 53.9 minus 48.7. That is 5.16. So 5.16% drop in proportional coin settlement over 8 weeks. So per week, it is 0.645%. So this is the number that I will be using in the further slides. That every week it reduces by 0.645. Now, this is a key slide. Please understand it, because the next slides will depend on this slide. Now we are going to talk something about a virtuous cycle. Why virtuous cycle? When just see in a life, we get vicious cycle. What is a vicious cycle? An example that I always take is you get laid off from your job. You come back to your house and you tell your wife, I got laid off. Wife gets a heart attack. You take your wife to the hospital. When you reach the hospital, you realize that when you lost your job, you also lost your medical insurance. So now your wife is in the hospital, you don't have medical insurance. You call up your friend to get some money. Your friend knows you lost your job. He doesn't pick up your phone. Then you remember that your wife was picking up your daughter from school daily. Now you can't go to pick up your daughter because both of you are at the hospital. So this is a vicious cycle, and that is normal life. You get one hit, the next hit follows, the next hit follows, and you go down, down, down. So, but TFX, I think this will be the first time in my life I get something like a virtuous cycle. Every time I go up, 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 and up. So for this concept, I'm taking CSS 46 because assuming TFXI implements the coin settlement next month. By next month, it will come to 46% and it will keep dropping every week. So we are starting with 46%. So the key concept of virtuous cycle is the buyer gets more value than the seller. Now, what do I mean by buyer gets more value than the seller? Say, let's say that Joyce rummages through her, sorry to say that, late grandfather's old box. When you're, suppose somebody is going to the old grandfather's possessions, they find an old Rolex. But that old Rolex, you go to eBay and post it for $10,000. $10,000 is a good number for a watch, an old watch, a Rolex also. But when Vijay sees it, he sees, or I see it at $10,000. I offered eBay $15,000 to her. Why? Because I know I can sell it at $30,000. But then Vijay sees it, he offers $20,000. Ravi sees it, he offers $30,000. Why? Because each of the buyers sees more value in it than the seller. Seller is happy with the number, but the buyer gets more value. So this is what I'm going to explain why buyer gets more value on the TFX as compared to the seller. Now, and also for this whole thing, you have to remember the complete TFX, before 2023, we used to buy the TFX at $1. I'll call up Vijay and say, hey Vijay, I will give you 4,500 ringgit, give me $1,000. And then and the TFX at $1, which Vijay will internally transfer to me and I will attach. After attaching, next month I get profit. I may call up Vijay and say, Vijay, I got profit. Would you buy it? Vijay will say 4.4 ringgit per $1. I will say, come on, last month I purchased from 4.5. So we used to argue on the price, on the profit. We were never detaching and selling our capital. We were always selling the profit and we were happy with the profit. So just come back to the old days. We were not arguing on that last month I purchased at 4.5 and today I sell at 4.4. That was not the main concept. The main concept was the profit that I'm selling. So look at it. Suppose from the seller, I go and buy 14,300 TFX at the price of 5 cents. I take it and attach in Nicolay. So when I attach in Nicolay, in one cycle, I get 7% of 14,300, that is 1,000 coin I get as profit. Now, the seller got only 5 cents for the coin. But what do I get? Now, my profit is 1,000 because I'm going to sell the profit. I'm not going to sell my capital. So I'm not going to detach and sell. I take my profit, 46% goes into a coin settlement, I get $460. Remaining 54%, I go to exchange and sell at 5 cents. I get $27. So put together, I got 487 USDT. So what do I think? The seller is a fool. I am buying a coin at 5 cents, which is giving me a value of 487 for 1,000, that is 0.487. I am buying at 5 cents and it is giving me a value of 0.487. And there is one more thing which you have to remember. I told you that if you, on an earlier slide, if you buy at 5 cents, your capital comes back in 2 cycles. So you have a lot of incentive to buy at 5 cents because your capital comes back in 2 cycles just by profits. And you are getting, you are realizing a value of 0.487 for every coin that you are buying, mainly because of coin settlement. So the value to the buyer is 0.487 and the seller is selling at 5 cents. So the buyer gets more value than the seller. This is the concept that I'll be using in the next slide. Now, the next slide is a virtuous cycle. How the coin settlement can slowly increase the price of the coin. The average I've taken 43%. Why? Because it starts at 46. Every week it drops by 0.6%. And over about 10 cycles, 10 weeks, it drops to about 40. Average will be 43. So say the first week, I come in the market. I have got 1,000 coin profit. I'm selling the 1,000 coin. 46% coin settlement, I get 1:1. I got $460. Remaining 540, I sell at 5 cents to get $27. I got totally $487. And the buyer is buying at 5 cents, but he knows the coin that he's buying when he attaches and the profit when he sells, he will realize a value of 0.487, which I explained on the earlier slide that the buyer gets a value of 0.487 for the profits that he gets. So buyer knows he's going to get the value of 0.487. So he is willing to pay more. Seller also, ask yourself, if you have got 460, for 46% you have sold at 1:1, will you sell at 5 cents? Personally, I will not sell at 5 cents. Maybe I might sell at 10 or 20 cents or 30 cents, but not at 5 cents. And if now here, look at it. You have already got 460. If you sell at 5 cents, you get only $27. So you have a tendency to sell at, if you sell at 10 cents, you get $60. If you sell at 20, you get about $80. So you have a tendency to sell at higher price. And at the same time, buyer is willing to pay a higher price because the buyer will actually realize it. When he buys a coin, he attaches the coin, he will also get the coin settlement and he will realize the value. So this is the value, and the seller wants to sell high because he already has got a good money and the buyer is willing to pay more. So eventually over 1 week, the price slowly moves to 0.487. Ask yourself, if you can get 0.487, will you sell less than 0.48? No, if you are getting this, you will also want to sell at more than 0.4. That is how the price moves to 0.4, because at less than 0.4, nobody will be selling. Because you are already getting for 1,000 coin, you already got 460. Why will you sell it less than 0.4? So market price slowly moves to 0.4. When the market price moves to 0.4, this cycle, Nicolay profit, you sold like this. Next cycle, GMC profit comes. You got your 1,000 coin. You sell, by then it has become 45.4. 454 coin, you sell at 1. You got 454. Remaining, you sell at 0.487, which is the market value of the coin. When you sell at 0.487, you receive 266. Put together, you have already received $720 for your 1,000 coin profit, thanks to coin settlement. So now when you have, and why this happened? Because when you already got 454, you're not willing to sell it less than 0.4. That's why, the market price moves to 0.487, you get 266. And totally you realize 720. Now for the buyer's perspective, he's buying at 0.487 and he's realizing a value of 0.72. So the market slowly moves to 0.72. Also because the seller also totally realized 720, 0.727, seller really realized it. So seller also doesn't want to sell it less than that. So buyer is willing to pay 0.72, seller doesn't want to sell less than 0.72. In one cycle, it moves to 0.72. And this goes on. This is a virtuous cycle. Each time it lifts the price. So in 4 cycles, the buyer is buying at 0.845 and he's getting a value of 0.913. Let's move to further. By the 5th week, seller is selling at 0.913, buyer is getting a value of 0.951. Seller sells at 0.91, buyer gets a value of 0.97. Once this has happened, TFX's problem is gone. The moment the value is more than 0.9, confidence comes back. People want to buy more. The demand comes up. Demand comes up, it goes more than 1. So this is how coin settlement can help. But let me say, what can stop the coin settlement? What can hurt the coin settlement is this. There is a lot of FUD that this coin settlement value keeps reducing. So people will think I'm getting now, I will not get. That's a FUD going in the market. Coin settlement will go down to 1%. It's all FUD. They have not looking at the statistics. So coin settlement can last a long period. However, in this period, now each person has to ask himself, if you have already got 460, what is the lowest price that you will sell it? Every investor has got for 1000 coin, he has already got 460. I will not sell it less than 0.2 or 0.3. So there will be the price, if 0.2, 0.3, but still there will be some people who will try to exit. The moment price is 0.2, there'll be a lot of people who want to exit at 0.2. So it will remain 0.2, not for 1 week, it will remain 0.2 for many weeks. But after many weeks, so that's why let me extrapolate, let me take it to 35 weeks. 35 weeks is more than 7 months. Let us say for 7 months, people are selling, exiting, so the coin settlement value reduces. But if the 7 months, if you hold that price of close to 0.2, then the virtuous big confidence comes back. Then the virtuous cycle starts again. At 36 week, it's 0.26. But seller sells at 0.26, buyer gets a value of 0.4. So the seller next time sells at 0.4, buyer buys at 0.4, he gets a value of 0.5. And the virtuous cycle keeps going on. And even if the at 35th week, the coin settlement has come down to 23%, but still the proportional coin settlement works in the virtuous cycle and the price goes up to 0.9 in 44th week. 44th week from next month is February of next year. So by February of next year, if you are all getting these kind of profits, confidence is back. TFXI doesn't need coin settlement. So coin settlement the price can go more than 0.9, can go more than 1. That is how the coin settlement works. Now, another thing in the market is that the problem of TFX is there is too much of minting. Every cycle, too many coins come. I will say this is the equivalent of saying that assume there is a two car showroom. One is a Honda car showroom, neighboring is a Toyota car showroom. Honda car showroom sales manager is Bimal. He's assume a dumb guy. And the Toyota car showroom is Joyce. Joyce is the sales manager of Toyota car showroom. I am not able to sell my Honda cars. So I call up Honda and say, I'm not able to sell cars because you're making a lot of cars. Something equivalent to TFX coin is not selling. Why? Because too many coins are being produced. That is same. If I can't sell car, I'm saying because Honda is not producing. It's not wrong. If Honda stops making car, maybe I will sell all my cars at some particular time. But my country manager comes and sees, when he visits my showroom, he sees the Toyota showroom. On that day, 10 new cars are going out. And from my showroom, only 1 car went out. So what is the problem? If Toyota can sell and I can't sell, the problem is not Honda is making a lot of cars. The problem is something else. So same way, and assume during the COVID time, if my showroom is closed, Toyota showroom is closed, both showrooms are closed. So yes, we say, please stop manufacturing cars. If everything is stopped, so market is saturated. There is no market. There is a lockdown. When market is saturated, you stop making cars. Same way, TFX, every month there are new coins coming. It will be a bane if there is no market for it. But we know market is there. How do we know market is there? We all know that competing brokers are attracting a lot of money. When I go to presentations by competing brokers, I see 100% investors there, Triumph investors. They are all bringing in fresh dollars, but not even one person is putting the fresh dollar into TFX. So when a competing broker is attracting money, that is something like an equivalent of their coin. They are attracting money. But why is the money not coming into TFX? So it is not because the market is saturated, but because there is a lack of confidence on TFX. TFX, there is no demand. It's so let's not say this is the bane till we prove market is saturated. Market is not saturated. Because we know even TFXI will be minting mining algorithm coin, Uri coin, cloud coin, and we believe that will still be sold. So they can make more coins and sell. Why? Because the price is pegged at 1. So the problem is not more coins. The problem is on price. We don't get any dollar. That's the problem. So what is the issue? We have got confidence issue, cash flow issue, lack of demand. And why is the lack of demand? Because the rate is going on. They are together. Rate goes on crashing. Nobody wants to buy when the rate is going on down and down and down. Because if you buy at 0.1, you wait 1 week, you can get at 0.05. You wait 1 week, you'll get at 0.04. So why should you buy? So nobody's buying today. Everybody's waiting for tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. So it's a lack of demand. But we know that for the contract for differences for trading, competing brokers are attracting money. So there is demand, but it is not coming to the TFX. It's going somewhere else. We know that this I already said. New investors are investing in new dollars with new broker. It proves market is not saturated. And let's also see if is too much coin coming into the market. I checked the coin sales between 6th and 10th April. Only per day average was 0.06% of total TFX coin. Just 0.06% is coming per day, yet the price is 5 cents. So for sure, it's not oversupply. It's only 0.06%. It's too less. So it's not oversupply. The problem is lack of demand. And why lack of demand? Because cash flow. We don't get cash, we don't have confidence. And that's exactly what PCS can solve. PCS can take the value close to 1, which sorts out the withdrawal problem. And once the withdrawal problem is sorted, it restores the confidence for long term. Then you don't need PCS. And how does this happen? Let me explain. The proportional coin settlement puts cash in hand, which I've already explained on earlier slide. It can sustain mass exit. I will explain it a bit more on the next slide, but how it can sustain mass exit is you have 1,000 coin profit. Suppose the coin settlement starts next month. Next month, you will get 46% in coin settlement. So for your $1,000 profit, coin profit, 460 coins got 1:1, which is not affected by market. Even if market people dump a lot, you will still get $460 for your 460 coin. Only for the remaining 540 coin, market price affects. Suppose the market price goes to 0, you have still got, for 1,000 coin profit, you have got $460 still. So it's 0.46 TFX value effectively for your profit. Even if there are mass exit, people can keep exiting at whatever price, you still get a minimum, which is still very high. So it can sustain mass exit. How sustain? Because even during mass exit, if you are getting something more than 0.4 for your coin, you have confidence. If it for 6 months people are exiting, so you are getting money, your confidence comes back. So this can sustain the mass exit. And once this happens, confidence comes back. Confidence comes back, and I showed you, if you buy at 5 cents, you get back your capital in 2 cycles. So new investors will come because there's an increase, and that will increase demand. Once this increased demand is that TFX price goes more than 1. Once that goes more than 1, you don't need withdrawal. I mean, withdrawal issue is sorted. It's history. Once withdrawal issue is sorted, coin minting slows down. Like if the coin value goes to 2, the coin minted is half next cycle. So the coin minting can slow down. And in the presence of increased demand, if less coins are available, TFX price will go high and high. And once it goes high, coin settlement becomes history. You don't need coin settlement at all. Everyone is just happy. That's how TFX can work. The proportional coin settlement can work. And the problem currently is not perpetual minting. The current problem is people are not getting money. Let's put money into their hand sustainably, predictably for a long period. Problem is solved. And that's what PCS can do. I'm explaining that how PCS can sustain against market dumping. The only factor that influences the proportional coin settlement negatively is the minting. Too much minting, the proportion can reduce. But the market price does not affect the PCS. You dump in the market, you only affect the market price. That does not affect the PCS at all. You will get a minimum USDT per TFX at any market price, regardless of dumping. Let me show it with an example. For your 1,000 coin profit, assume coin settlement is 40%. 40% you will get 400 USDT you will already get for your 400 coin. And the market price only affects the remaining 600 coin. That is 1,400 you got coin settlement, you got $400. Remaining 600, suppose the market, if people are exiting at 0.2, so market price remains at 0.2. Remaining 600 to sell at 0.2, you got $120. You got 400 plus 120, you got $520. So even when people are exiting at 0.2, you will still get $520 for your 1,000 coin profit. which is more than 0.52 USDT, even during mass exits at 0.2. So this can sustain market because this exits will be like for few months, because in few months at 0.2, that's what I want. The next slide is that in 5 months, 5 billion coins can exit because they will exit at 0.1, 0.2. So the current market can, the current demand can absorb it fully. In 5 months, if at 0.2 coins have been transferred, it has gone to safer hands. Why safer hands? Because at 0.2, that investor gets his capital back in about 8 months, 8 cycles. So he's not desperate to sell. He's getting a good value from coin settlement. He doesn't sell. So now if the coin settlement lasts for five months, the virtuous cycle can start, because for maybe 5 months, there'll be selling pressure. After that, selling pressure reduces because the coins have changed hands to safer hands. So then the virtuous cycle plays its role and the price starts moving up. And again, in this thing, as more people are dumping, lower the price, more reason to buy. Like I told, if you buy at 5 cents, your capital is paid back in 2 cycles. So if people are dumping, market price goes lower, I will have more reason to buy. You will have more reason to buy. Why? Because we are getting dollar from coin settlement and the payback is very fast. If I buy at 20 cents, I get 18% net. And if I sell the profit full, I get 52 USDT per TFX. So then why? So it has resilience against market dump. And on top of it, Booster Club can also help, because Booster Club is encouraging people to buy and attach. And they will see value because they are getting coin settlement numbers. And for the virtuous cycle, you need good liquidity, which can slowly move the price up to fair price. Champions Fund can play that role. It can slowly move the price to fair price, which supports a virtuous cycle and the overall price goes up. So in all, investor will get a good, steady and predictable dollar realization thanks to the proportional coin settlement, despite dumps and exits. And one more thing, what do we need to execute the coin settlement? Is it a very complex thing? No. Firstly, the coin settlement can be done in the trader's room. You know that nowadays when the trader's room, the coin settlement happens, the exchange is not stopped. Because if it's on the exchange, you're operating on a live heart, which is a problem. But here, exchange is a live heart. Trader's room is comparatively more static. So you can, whatever you want to do, changes in the trader's room, you can do. It doesn't affect the text at all. And what are the modules that you need to execute the coin settlement? You need a module to convert the TFX to USDT, which is already there. If you see that existing coin settlement module can take the TFX from your wallet and put the dollar back. So that is already existing. You need a module to determine the percentage, proportional coin settlement percent. And for the proportional coin settlement, it will need to know your eligible profits. And you have the closing batch is there for every account. The software will just need to access that. So this will be in the formula of the calculation. Software access that and calculates how much is your entitlement. And then it has to put the dollar into this, with this module is already there, because there is a module which puts the dollar back into your trader's room in the coin settlement. So what you need to do is just in the coin settlement, current randomized coin settlement, there is one formula, which is random formula. You just need to change the formula to a proportional formula, and then it's running. So for me, I don't see why it will take more than 1 day for them to change the software. Maybe they have to test it for a week, but so it can happen very fast. You don't need to do too much of investments to implement the proportional coin settlement. This slide, I think I will go through very fast. This is a bit for the programmer. The buyback option should be proportional to the last closing batch of the account holder. Let's suppose you have your Nicolay account. Nicolay account, you have got Yuri and Nicolay both. So it will calculate both in the last 5 weeks, whatever profit you have got, that is your eligible. That will decide your eligibility. Something in the last 6 weeks, no. Something in the last 5 weeks, yes. And all investors will get the same percentage of the closing batch. If all investors apply, assume you have a lot of proxy accounts from which you are not applying. So if a lot of people don't apply, you will get even more. If everybody applies, you will get minimum 40%. And for this, we want a new coin settlement wallet. What we want is create a new coin settlement wallet. When you get say 1,000 coin profit, push 50% into the coin settlement wallet. Remaining 50% you can attach, sell, whatever. So whatever money sitting in the coin settlement wallet, suppose your entitlement is 40%. So you got 1,000 coin profit. So 40% is 400 coins. So in 20 days daily, you will get $20. So you put even 500 coins in the coin settlement wallet. Daily 20 coins will be taken and $20 will be put in. So over a month, you got $400. So it goes on a daily basis. So that's why the investor will need to move some coins from the trader's room to coin settlement wallet. Any money sitting in the coin settlement wallet will daily participate for the coin settlement. You don't need to go daily and sit at 2:30. It will be automatic. You just need to push it once. And the daily minimum eligibility is calculated. I think I won't go into the formulas. That's some details, which I think I'll skip this. These are some details which is probably for the programmer. But now let me summarize the advantages of the proportional coin settlement. It puts a natural peg of 0.4 immediately, which I explained in the earlier slide. Let me repeat it. Suppose you got 1,000 coin profit. We know the proportional coin settlement will be more than 40%. So for your 1,000 coin profit, 400 coins will get 1:1. Remaining 600, even if you sell at 1 cent, you have still got at least $400 for your 1,000 coins. So it means that the effective price for your profit is 0.4. This becomes a natural peg. Why will you sell it less than that when you're getting more than that? So, and a natural peg of a value realization of 0.4 is more than 7,000% of the current market price. So you put the coin settlement effective for your profit, the price of TFX has gone up by 7,000%. That is the magic of proportional coin settlement. This provides immediately cash irrespective of TFX price. TFX price can be whatever. You will still get your cash because that is based on your profit. But only investors get. Traders don't get. If you're just trading on the exchange, speculating, you don't get. The investor who has attached into fund managers, your profits will get cash. Investors can get even 60% and 56% from the coin settlement in one cycle based on 7%. This is on my first slide. On a 7% profit, if you buy at 5 cents, you will get 56% only from coin settlement. And if you sell the remaining, you'll get 60% of your capital in one cycle. This is one advantage. And once this is there, each IBs can recruit. We can create new demand. Once we ourselves will buy. So we also create new demand. So this causes the TFX price to increase. Also remember, when you are getting at least $400 for your 1,000, will you sell your coin at 5 cents? No. So the price increases because seller is not desperate. Today, seller is desperate. So seller's desperation goes, prices increases. And even if they sell for the same amount of dollars, I explained, they will be selling 93% less coins for the same amount of dollars. So the supply reduces. So increased demand, decreased supply, TFX price increases. And TFX price may exceed over $1. Coin settlement will not be required after that. Coin settlement will be required for short intervals when the coin value dips, which I've explained earlier, so I won't go further into it. Proportional coin settlement can coexist with all other measures in TFX without harming. In fact, it will help everything. Because today, when you're bringing in the new customized crypto coin, people don't have dollars to invest. Customized this proportional coin settlement will give dollars to us to invest. With proportional coin settlement in place, broker can take his time to transform the exchange into a proper exchange. They don't need to rush. They can take their time because we are getting our dollars from coin settlement. We are pretty happy. And the disadvantages are, if the coin settlement, if the TFX price does not increase more than 1, soon proportional coin settlement can keep on decreasing. But what is the mitigation? At least in these slides, I have used 40% instead of 48.8. In March, actually, you could have got 48.8%. Each investor could have got 48.8% of our profit in cash. But I use 40%. Why? Because approximately in 6 months, average is 40. Because we feel the coin settlement needs to last for 6 months to build in confidence. And it can be average 40% if you bring it immediately. And another mitigation is that all other steps are also happening. TFX is doing a lot of other steps. They are doing the staking, they are champion fund is there, booster club is there. So these steps are also mitigation steps to drive the price up to 1. So, and since coin settlement does not hurt any one of them, it can coexist. And all the new initiatives which TFX is doing, and TFX is also increasing the daily withdrawal limit. Like I showed you, from January to February, March, the average coin settlement per day has increased by 9%. So coin settlement value is also being increased. So these are the mitigation steps happening. But I repeat, proportional coin settlement should be supplemented with all other boosting measures. Don't leave it alone. Don't make it an orphan. Support it with everything. And because this can coexist with all other measures, this doesn't harm any other measure. Even in this new initiatives that Triumph is bringing, which are good initiatives, which will help, because a lot of coins can go away, they can get staked. If the coins get staked, like for example, when you get your 1,000 coin profit, suppose 40% goes into buyback, you got $400, you have got 600 coin remaining. 600 coin you can use to stake for the new fund, and $400 you can buy the mining algorithm coin. So you got coins to stake and you have got dollar to buy. So if more people start doing that, then there would be the proportional coin settlement value doesn't reduce. Why? Because the number of coins starts shifting. So proportional coin settlement can help the customized crypto tokens, that is this mining algorithm, etc. Presently, because we leaders appreciate the CCT, the customized coins tokens, but investor confidence is at all-time low. Investors are going to other brokers. They don't want to put money here. That is hurting. But we put, and because investors have all the doubts, they cannot appreciate the banking limitation because they don't get any money. Once you don't get any money, you say everything is a scam. You don't talk about banking limitation. You say nothing is there. And that's what is happening. We want to realize the profits in the bank. And that is exactly what PCS does, puts the dollar into our bank, and then it restores. And as long as it can do it for few months, it restores the trust. And once that happens, we investors can appreciate the new tokens and we can support it. Because if you're getting a lot of dollars, we can invest in mining algorithm also. Why? Because PCS brings back the confidence in a few months. PCS is the platform, because today when nobody is getting dollars, nobody wants to invest in the new funds. So PCS is the platform. Give everybody dollar and confidence. And this happens immediately. So while they are taking other steps to rectify the coin value, this is immediate. The other steps may take 7-8 months. And this buys that time, because 7-8 months, we are all happy. We are getting a lot of dollars. We are happy. By the time other things can come. So we won't be bugging them daily. When are you bringing the other initiative? So this gives time for future initiative. And I would like to add, PCS is not meant for long term. It is like telling, for my baby, I want a 6 feet long incubator. Why? Because my baby is going to become 6 feet tall. Doesn't make sense. PCS is not meant for long term, but it should but my incubator should last 4 months. Same way, PCS should last 7-8 months or 1 year, which it can last. So PCS can last long enough for making the TFX strong. And once it lasts long enough, so all other initiatives come in, the TFX value goes more than 1. Then you don't need PCS. However, I add quick implementation is key for permanent recovery. Because why? I'm just reminding you of the earlier slide. In January, PCS could have been 54%. By March, it has come down to 49%. So it reduces by 0.6% every week. So if you delay for 1 month, PCS starts at a lower value, and people's confidence comes back. If you are right, immediately you're getting a high value in high percentage of a profit in dollars. It is possible, but they need to implement it very fast. So we need to talk to our leaders that please get it across to TFX. We want a quick implementation. So I think thanks for the time. If I have any doubt, I can surely answer. And we have also incorporated in these slides, a lot of suggestions came from viewers, investors like us, and we incorporated them. So we are always open for improvement suggestions. And I think now anybody who wants to ask a question, they can unmute their mic and ask a question.